Yeah, g'day everyone, and I know it's been a while since I posted any videos because, quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned, Dagcoin and the coin chain is both dead, pretty much at this point in time. But I just heard about this just recently, and I know it's very old information. It's like practically 6 months old, but I did have to ask because I saw a particular friend of mine who had trading in coin, and they've lost money, and someone else that they know has lost even more, like in the range of like $50,000 or something like that to this thing. So basically, they've just lost everything. They're completely bankrupt from this particular thing. So I had a quick look online, and I have to admit, I had a bit of a look at this, and I thought, knew it all along, really. So anyone who actually was into this coin blockchain, which I've been following this for quite a while, because it used to be the Barclay card. The Barclay card went out there and they said that they were going to go and put some sort of coin called Diminium or something, or Dimondinium or something. And then that changed, and then it changed to something else. It was something. It did have a name after it was Diminium, and then it flipped to the name Coin. Now, it looks as though 6 months ago the ASIC, which is the Australian Securities, I don't know what their middle name is, but it's basically the Securities Council. They have come out there and said that the company, and this is the fact that this coin is even run by a company, which I knew was just a bad decision from the very, very get-go. Some company up in Queensland, right? So it's an actual proprietary limited company, and they were running a blockchain basically out of their shop, which just spells disaster. It really, really spells disaster. It was not open source, so nobody could go out there and go and get their code and run it as a decentralized system. So if they had have given out their code to many other people could have run nodes for them, and then the chain could have almost been more decentralized, which means it was less likely to be vulnerable to attack from authorities like what it is right now. But that's the thing, they're a company, they kept it all in the house, and as I found down here, it says here that they had 7 nodes, which basically, a node is basically a computer that is running all the blockchains. So effectively they would have had, maybe they had 4 main computers which were all running, and maybe they had a couple of backup computers at a couple of people's homes or something like that to, sort of duplicate the memory, and add feedback, so that the chain was always constantly up to date. But 7 is terrible. 7 is absolutely fucking shit house, because Bitcoin, the amount of visible nodes, I think, is like in the range of like 10,000 to 20,000 or something like that, and the amount of invisible nodes is like at about 100,000 nodes. So having 7 is very, very vulnerable, especially when the only people who can actually run it are the people inside the company. But anyway, so ASICs obviously take these guys scored, and they're saying that they're not necessarily that worried about the decentralized blockchain per se, but they are worried about the centralized wallet that was obviously issued by the company, and that the Coin wallet, which is like an app that they would have handed out. And I also believe that, I'd never really played with it much myself because I was not stupid enough to go and get involved, but I did believe that the coin did seem to have a steady growth rate. So if certain coins were worth like 20 cents or something, eventually they'd be worth 25 cents, and then eventually be worth 30 cents and 35 cents. For some strange reason, their value just kept growing and growing and growing. But I've always argued that the growth of most of these fake coins, right, is completely artificial. It's almost like it's benchmark set by these companies. So they basically say, today we're going to wake up and it's going to be 25 cents per coin. Next month we're going to wake up and it's going to be 30 cents per coin. Nobody's actually setting the price because, I mean, the way markets actually define price is by the last buy or the last sale on a trading exchange. But this was not necessarily on a trading exchange. You basically bought and sold straight off them, and you traded, you know, if you go down and get chips or get someone to paint your house or whatever like that, that would be where the trades would happen. But it was never on a sort of a proper, you know, exchange where people can buy and sell and, you know, short the market, all that sort of stuff. It wasn't there. So there was no price discovery, as they say. So the price discovery was doctored. It was basically doctored by this company. And so that seems to be everything on this. It doesn't surprise me. They basically ran what was like a cleaned version of the Ethereum blockchain, effectively, but it wasn't Ethereum. It didn't have any other people's transactions on it. It only had coin transactions on it. It was basically the engines of the Ethereum blockchain just uploaded onto these particular computers and running for themselves. You know, I don't even really know how many transactions per second it was even running, because without a node you can't actually inquire. So everything was in-house, and they didn't even have a blockchain viewer as far as I knew. I don't think I ever saw one. But yeah, I thought I'd bring this up because, yeah, it certainly looks as if this company is in deep shit. Deep shit. So yeah, you can't go past things like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has no owner, has no CEO, it has no company, and we run the nodes, and the nodes can be downloaded and uploaded at any point in time, and those people can become new nodes as well. So it's completely headless. If you think about, like, it's not like Medusa or anything like that. It's more like a snake's head, which has got 50 heads. 50,000 heads. Right? That's the thing about Bitcoin. You cut off one head, you've got 49,999 heads left to cut off. That's the whole reason why Bitcoin's good, and why these things with their proprietary limited and their in-house programming is no good at all. And that was that same thing for Dagcoin as well. Dagcoin, basically, they did not offer other people to go and run nodes. They did it all in-house. And if you go and get like some sort of SWAT team to go in there and smash down their front window, and they just switch off all the power, your coin's dead. It's cooked. So yeah, I'll post this article in the chat. But I mean, it's hilarious, but it's also pretty sad too, because lots of people have lost their money. Obviously, it was not a safe idea to get involved in this sort of stuff. Just not safe at all. And I'm sorry for anyone who did lose money. It's just the luck of the draw. Just go for the decentralized stuff. If you don't feel comfortable with any of it, just go and buy stocks and shares or whatever like that. But none of this sort of stuff. Don't get involved in some sort of small company's bloody coin. You'll get trapped. You're literally like you'll be trapped inside of a walled garden and you won't be able to get back out. All right, that's enough of that. Have a good night.